Sorbande Dawson Drobolo Nachula Yer Dawson Drobolo Nachula Dawson Drobolo Nachula Yer. Good morning. I'm a little bit late, 5 minutes. Follow up the tradition of the Buddha's path. We need to remind to say, please generate Bodhicitta. And if you pray or not pray, it is very important to constantly benefit for all the sentient beings. And also the prayer of the Bodhicitta is just easy. You can to say in English, may all the sentient beings to be free from suffering. May all the sentient beings to obtain the perfect happiness. In order to do that, I'm going to study and practice Dharma to be enlightenment in order to help those suffering sentient beings. And this motivation, very easy, simple, and but it is a very profound, and also it's like the really like the frame of all the Buddha's teaching. And this kind of the altruistic intention or the compassion, kindness, intention is the source of all the happiness. And absolutely. And some people may think, difficult for me is, and to think the benefit for other sentient beings. Why I need to think about. And yeah, that is, maybe you say, yes, that is true. Then we can logically to analyze. And if someone's all the time is thinking selfishly, or I need happiness, I want this, and I need that. That is the obvious. Sure, it's not one you are one person. Everybody is almost a sentient beings thinking. And selfishly, self-oriented follow up. Then the consequence result is absolutely not very fantastic. We can obviously to look at in our world, in the human dharmas. Someone is so much selfish, and like this, then finally there's not nice history. Then the end, there's not very nice also family situation, and this person also experience not very good. And then it's left ugly sometimes the histories. If someone's all the time is concerning the benefit for others, it doesn't matter your family, your society, or all the others. And people or whoever close to appreciate very much, and this person's their own benefit automatically happiness. People pray and people follow, people's very happy beings. And after this person is disappeared, also left how wonderful kind of the histories. Then is Shantadeva's sayings, you look at the consequence, the result of the sentient beings and the Buddhas. If you concernly benefit for sentient beings, then the result is Buddha. All the time concerning yourself selfishly, then we all the time sentient beings. And that is that the consequence result is completely different. That is obvious. It is truth. And therefore, it is very important to generate bodhicitta. Okay? With bodhicitta, we say it's like I'm going to study the Mandala offerings, and this is like quoting the Longchen Yintik and Patrul Rinpoche's take, the word of my perfect teacher, and how you can to do it. And also yesterday we how to do the offering mandalas, and quoting the mandala offering of 3 kayas, Namani kayas, mandala offerings, Sambhoga kayas, mandala offerings, and Dharma kayas, mandala offerings. And then it's like more here is in this context, more detail to us about the Namanikayas mandalas. And also if you want to more details, how you can to visualize the universal of the billions word according to the Namanikayas perspective. Namanikayas, yesterday we came to say, Namanikayas like a kind of more advantageous. Yesterday there is Zenashi questions. Namanikaya is like kind of emanated something, or emanated like kind of the person is be already enlightenment. When this person is be enlightenment itself, is the big Buddha, but this the enlightened activity way, and the emanation is inconceivable can come benefit for the sentient beings. And this kind of the emanations then is like of course like that is like more our own individual, normal, ordinary sentient beings appearances, point of view, and we came to see. Now it's like we are living in the emanations pure land of the Buddha Shakyamuni, and obviously, and but it's for our obscurations and defilements, it's difficult to see that this pure land. And we are like kind of compare the hell, hungry ghosts, animal realms. We are really pure land, absolutely. And human realms is extraordinary like this. And but for our perspective, we just difficult to see this pure land. And pure land is impure land, and that is totally depends that our minds, absolutely. And also it's like the pure land of the Dharmakaya, pure land of the Sambhogakayas. Maybe it's not very far, even that we can to say it's Namanikayas pure land, like Amitabha, Devachan, Sondopari, like Putala, like those kind of the pure lands. In the Namanikaya's perspective, ordinary perspective, or if you pray, if you like kind of do positive things, and then after you can go where it is, maybe in the between the south and westerns, maybe millions miles, there is like a little bit up in the space. Then there is the pure land of the Amitabha. Then maybe there is this place, some Sondopari and Potala, so on. But for ordinary perspective, really like kind of difficult to understand the realities, then it's okay. Maybe they also put the concept that pray and also it's like doing something, maybe also like same as we are, maybe after they died they can to appear. But actually you go or not go, it's like depends that your mind is. When you are died, maybe it's like if you've done some negative things whole your life, your hell is not kind of the under the Buddha Gayas. Maybe your hell and hunger ghosts and animals realm is just near your wherever you die. There's this place. If you done some positive things, you are like kind of done all the accumulations, you purified your obscuration, everything. And then it's like maybe you after you die, your destination of the pure land of the Sambhogaya, Dharmakaya, Namakayas, maybe not far. Wherever you die, there is this place is transformed, become your enlightened place and pure land. And therefore it's our like kind of those appearances, things, Namanikaya's appearances, Sambhosakaya's appearances, maybe the Dharmakaya appearances, I'm not sure, but these appearances are the world, we say, it's like continent, cosmos, these things. Appearances absolutely depends on our minds. The appearances is difficult to existence. And also it's like during the day, whatever we have appearances, during the night is disappeared. Where is the disappeared? During the day our appearances. Then be in the dream in the night. When we wake up on the dream, we have appearances a lot, same as during the day. In the morning when we wake up, this daydream like appearances gone. Where is it gone? We don't know. Maybe dissolved into the mind. No. Last night I was in the Rocky Mountain. And this Rocky Mountain is dissolved into your mind in the morning? No. It's difficult to say. Use yes or no. In the dream it's like kind of you was in the ocean. You are like kind of swimming in the ocean and with some fish and maybe sharks, they biting you and to beating to them. In the morning, this ocean, all those fish, they are where is dissolved. You say dissolve into your mind. In the mind can fit this all the like oceans fish. I don't know really how you can to say yes or no. And then it's like day like kind of also we have appearances. Yesterday we say it's like, okay, day appearances is like sky. Someone says, no, this is not like this, because day my appearances is not looks like sky. And then space. Why? Because I can see, I can touch. Okay, you think it looks like existence. They are seeing, hearing, smelling, and taste. But when you are asleep, one moment sleep, whatever you heard, whatever you in the past, during the day, the appearances, where is gone? We don't know. Maybe dissolved into your mind. Or you can just say, no, there is continuation. Yesterday I saw one person, big nose, I like kind of notice. And this person is, when I wake up, there is this person, and I saw yesterday. This is a very, very stupid way, unlogical. If you not analyze, and then it's like this. We can take example. One person is last year arrived like the bank of the river, and he catch some like a little bit water, and he filled his hat into this river. Then he couldn't catch the river took hat. And then this year, with his friend, arrived same this river, and he said, this river took my hat. This river, but that other one, intelligent one, say, how you can to say, which waters took your hat is last year, maybe already gone, dissolved into the earth or ocean. This water is not anymore here. This is a similarity of this river. This taken of your heart water is never ever here is. Then he's thinking that is truth. Now is the river is a continue. Every moment is new. Who is water he's had taken away? This is 1 year. They don't know. Maybe on the water and the ocean, or maybe some animals drink, or maybe dissolved, disappeared, 100% no existence. And then this person's thinking, like this, we say it's like we are confused, this kind of similarities. And also some Western, our sciences, this externally, these things are permanent. What is this permanence? This similarity of the permanent. Similarity, permanent, how you can to say it's like this? Whatever we see here, these things are the one like picosecond is changing. When you changed, first one is where is the disappeared? Absolutely there's no trade. That is, you need to think like that. Therefore, our appearance is not really truly existence. Our appearance is totally good or bad. That is the inner our perceptions. Perception of the mind inside the pictures, projecting this kind of appearances. And that is like we think something existent externally. I mean like this, okay? Therefore, it's like your Mandala offering, the Namanikayas appearances or Sambhogakaya's appearances coding. We can't say that you Mandala offering coding the Namanikayas appearances or Sambhogakaya's appearances or the Dharmakaya's appearances. That is like the most important. Most important is like Dharmakayas. That is like more advantageous and extraordinary. And then is according the Namanikaya Mandala, like ordinary, like this kind of. Then there is very, 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 very important 3 elements. Which kind of 3 elements? First, it is substance. Substance means it's like what you are offered. Because Namanikaya's appearances, point of view, you have dualistic minds. Good, bad, samsara, nirvana, and like this. Then is your substance means it's like best things are. For example, like kind of you are visualize the universal of this million billions word. This thinking is a good contain. And then inside whoever existence, like kind of desirable things. And that is the best substance, gold, silver, and the pure things. And even we can to say the cloth, expensive, food, delicious, expensive, drink, all everything. Like 5 objects, desirables are the best things. For example, best form, best sound, best smell, best taste, best textures. This kind of I need to offer. And also thinking is like kind of externally, and maybe it's like kind of the pure land, whoever living in the pure land, pure beings of the Buddha and the Bodhisattvas, compassion, deities, and teachers. I'm offering to you, superiors, my substance of the superiors, pure, expansive things. And this I'm offering to you in order to make the accumulation merit, to purify my own obscurations and benefit for the sentient beings. Same time as I want to purify the sentient beings' obscurations. And this is the first best substance or the core, like a kind of the basic materials, good things. And then it's like a second is like kind of cleaner, purities. What is the purities? Like for instance, Namanikāya's point of view, whatever we are offered, like cleaning. Like maybe can to say is like really to wash your body and clean your hand and wash your teeth, and also you are offering bowls, like 7 bowls of the offerings, to very much clean, and clean water, and clean whatever your fruits. All these things is like, even you are put the uncomplacement mandalas perfectly. And also when you have like statues, tankas, the image of the Buddha's body speech perfectly. I'm often to say it's like you will buy tanka statues a little bit if you have opportunities, not symbolic, good one. This can support your meditations, dualistic perspective. When we are sitting in the front of your altar, you look at the tanka. Maybe beautiful, for example, in the behind is my tanka, is this one, it's a Buddha. It's painted very, very, very elegant, how do you say, very detailed, very spatial way. Sometimes we say in our Western says, this is like an unimaginate. It's very good. We have dualistic kind of. When we look at the Buddha's representative, the body, the tanka, we look at the again very much nice, like almost transcendent humans' bodies, like extraordinary. Then you think this is the enlightened body, enlightened wearing cloth, enlightened sitting like this. Then you have nice imagine, nice kind of concerning. If you have this, your tanka supporters, maybe some pots black or some is broken, something. When you look at this tanka, maybe you have very strange ideas. Enlightenment has some problems, head or body and something. And this is the very important, and also to statues. Like this, therefore it's like to clean, to very like kind of elegant, purely to arrangement. Like arrangement, maybe more like to say it's like this. Like arrangement is the third, maybe it's a clean. And also you are like kind of the offering bowls, very much order to, and not kind of direct like this, not, and to one by one between the offering bowls, not kind of have some is very longer gap, some is very short gap. It's not like this. And inside to put water is not dirty, very much clean like this. This sort of like this. And then it's like arrangement. Also arrangement is like this kind of arrangement. To really, in the altars, no dusty, everything is clean. In the front yourself, to making the mandalas to everywhere, to tidy up, like clean. Looks like kind of the small temple for your the altar rooms. It's like this kind of arrangement. Therefore, first is the substance, very important. Second is like kind of to clean, very, very important. Third is for the arrangement. That is the Namanikayas offerings arranged. That is very important. Like this. Then is we can to continue to a little bit follow up the what is we left yesterday. It says that when you can truly hold the mandala, no longer put it down on the table in the front of you and continue piling on the hips of the offering and counting the number of times. And yesterday we says like, of course, you enter, finish at 100,000, you can do holding on here and doing like this. And also this, when you are washed, there is in the sayings, you need to, first it's like maybe 3 times it's like this, and second you say 3 times it's like this, okay? To wash like 1, 2, 3. Sometimes when you yesterday I forgot it, and you before the offering the 37 element of mandala offerings, and this before that maybe you can there is some sadhana pray things, maybe we can later to compose everything, maybe we can offer, we can support, we can work together, okay, if you really want. And it's at least when you do the practice the Ngondro, when you arrive in the mandala offerings, maybe you first to, before you do the uncomplacement mantra, and maybe 3 times you recite the Vajrasava mantra on Benza Sato Samayas. This like you're doing is maybe it's a little bit washed, but also 3 times, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. Then you can to put the iron, and then you do yesterday what we studied this one, okay? And like this, it's if you cannot to longer anymore, you carry by your hand and the left, and then you can put in the lap or maybe in the front of the tables. They do like this. Then you piling on the hips of this, and this side you put shush method, or like your these 3 kayas mandala prayers together. That easy. And when you take a break for tea, for instance, collect up everything you have offered. And when you start again, begin with the 37 element mandala offering, continue as before. And also it's like maybe if you make the retreat, like when you make retreat, maybe you make the 4 sessions per day. That is normal, very good. This you make the 4 sessions. There's many different meanings, and 4 sessions for noble truth connect, for like kind of the enlightened activities, and also for accomplishment. There is like according the sadhana. And like this 4 sessions, in the morning 2 sessions, and in the afternoon 2 sessions. Then you say it's like this each sessions you have tea or to stop, like in the morning you started maybe like 6 o'clock. Then firstly you should to do Hundru. That is very important. And to beginning like kind of the blessing your tongue, calling to the teacher, and to praise Lamanchen. Then it's like the ordinary preliminary practice prayers, and then it's inner refuge prayer, Bodhicitta, Vajrasava, and then it's like you arrive in the mandala offerings, then you need to recite. Then it's like that moment, first you offering the 37 element of mandala offerings, and then you put in there, or maybe you already done first day and you put already on the altar, maybe you don't want to change, and then you are like counting, you arrive in the mandala offerings, then you need to recite once, at least once, the 37 element mandala offerings, and then once you do, and then after to take out the ring, iron ring, and then you do the prayers, or the Saju Puj, and then maybe 100, 200, sometimes each 100 after, and then you need again the 37 element mandala offerings. This is the very, very good one. But you cannot, maybe it's like you start at 7 o'clock, the 6 o'clock, and then you hundred and enter like a mandala, then you are like kind of the counting as like kind of the timers, and then it's like you number counting timers. Maybe you can to say from 6, 7, 8, maybe until the 9, and then 9 o'clock you are finished. Then you want to make tea, maybe breakfast, maybe something you need to. Then you need to collect that. Then it's like to finish it, to collect your things to put here, and then normally you should to be finished 100 after like Ngor Yoga very shortly, and then is to finish dedicated. Of course, if you are not like kind of the how do you say finisher than 100, maybe you put there, maybe a little bit you need dedications there is, and then it's like maybe at least some few prayers they have, and this then you go to make the breakfast tea and some whatever you want to do, and then you again 9 o'clock you stopped until you 10 o'clock, maybe you eat breakfast, maybe you 6 until 8 o'clock you stopped to eat your breakfast, maybe until the 9:30 something. This is example. When you come back, it's you sit and you clean your mouth and to wash your hand and to be sit like on the front of your altar. And then it's like on to your collect to these things to put in the lap, and then like maybe you can to recite 3 times the Vajrasava, and you do like this Om Benza Sato Samayaman Palaya, and then it's to clean, and after you recite once 37 element mandala, you do everything, take out, and then you continue to second sections. You are counting like counting your these numbers. Maybe you can do the 1000 or mandala, sometimes quite hard, difficult to finish. Maybe 100, 200, 300, 500, 1000. Enter the lunch times, and like this. Then it's through like this. Then in the afternoon 2 sessions is exactly the same. Then in the evening when your session is finished, maybe someone's to finish the 100, and then it's like you can do jyot practice or the sur or something in the evening. You can do practice like this. But anyway, it's after the finish it, you pray like this. Be sure to make at least 100,000 mandala offering in this ways, and through this way you should to finish it 100,000 mandala offerings. And if you cannot like manage that number using the detailed mandala of the 3 kayas, that means it's Longchen Hintix prayers. This is like kind of the very longer prayer. It's like kind of the 100,000. It's take a long time. Therefore, here's the detailed mandala of the three kayas. It's maybe you cannot manage it. Maybe it is acceptable instead to the recite the verse beginning. This is also is like very common. This compost, I'm really not sure this who did, Sayu Shushi method rarely nyeti jemban sonji hing that make they provide. Nrokan namdo hing la shupa shows. This is just 4 lines. The ground is the purified with the profound waters. Perfumed waters, and these prayers, while is the offering the 7 element mandalas, that is like very clearly now. Other one is the 37 element mandalas. This one is the 7 element mandala. Means yesterday I already told to you, if you offered to like this one, then this is Eastern. You are living West on this side. This is, it doesn't matter outer like the cosmology, not in this your perspective. Maybe your is like Atta is front of the you. Then is you are the living in the Western, and your front is the here. Then your first time is the mountain Moro 1 piled, and second is here, third is here, fourth is here, fifth is here, sixth is here, and seventh is here. And that is the 7 element mandala. Then it's like take out. This you understand? Maybe you are sleeping, yes? Okay. And maybe make notes I think this is, there are many written, and yourself now coding this text, if you possible to like yourself to drawing, it's easy to once you memorize it, that is very, very easy, Then in the future you can to teach to others how to offer it to the mandala, the 37 element mandala or the 7 element mandalas, like this. Whatever form the offering takes, it is important as with the very practice you do to apply the 3 supreme methods. This is like kind of the normals. And in the Buddha's path or the Dharma path, whatever we do the activity of the Dharma activities, very, very important, apply the 3 supreme methods. Most very important. 3 supreme methods. And they start by the arousing bodhicitta, absolutely, and do the practice itself without any concept. And in the middle is like kind of the non-conceptualization, and seal the practice perfectly at the end, which is the dedication, with the dedication of the meritus. These things, like 3 supreme methods. First, the supreme methods of arousing bodhicitta. Second is supreme methods. It's without any concept. That means without any concept means to concerning ourselves or to thinking existence, More like the without any concept means we're thinking of the emptiness. And like this. And the seal the practice perfectly means, and like kind of never ever exhausted our virtues. That is the dedication. These 2 are the very important any times like to apply whatever we undertake Dharma activities, to apply these 3 supreme methods. Arousing bodhicitta without any concept. Sometime in the word of my perfect beginning they said non-conceptualization, seal the practice perfectly, which is the dedication. And that's like bodhicittas, arousing bodhicittas to make all our movement of the body, speech, minds can to turn into the positive. Even that if your mind is arousing the bodhicitta, there's almost no negative actions, body speech. Because body speech, the action is be negative or the positive, totally depends the mind. Because mind is the king, boss, really the order, like kind of the general of the body speech mind, and the boss of the body speech mind. The mind is become the positive, body speech mind automatically positive. Even the body speech is like doing some negative things, but if your mind is positive, the body speech mind's actions looks like negative but never negative. We have some histories. You remember one captain, compassionate captain, he killed one robber black guy, and then he killed one human being. Of course it is sin, it's negative, but he's thinking, if this black robber gangsters, if he killed there's 500 business, then he can go directly, he need to go direct to hell, into like immediate retribution via health. And then this captain compassionate thinking, I'm maybe better go. Instead this black robber guy. And if I'm killed to him, I will go to the hell. Definitely. Then his motivation is thinking his benefit. Then of course he killed, but this killing things also such made accumulation merit. He's become automatic enlightenment. Like this, really purely, utterly, if you are arousing bodhicitta, then bodies and speech doing something negative things is never ever negative things. Like we can do say some practitioner point of views. In India, some is like Shavaripa and Telopas. Shavaripa is all the time is hunting animals, but it's the Mahasiddhi. Telopas, he's all the time is eating fish, looks like bodies and verbally doing negative things, but their mind is fully compassion and never is become the negative. Like this, if we are like arousing bodhicitta into our minds, then it's automatically all the body's action, verb action, turn into positive. That's very important. In the middle, while you are doing some positive things, if you have without any concept, this cannot destroy our like kind of the virtue doing things. Generally, for example, if you are doing positive things, certainly if you have disturbing emotions, maybe you're angry, hatred, take jealousy, a desire attachment, something like this, it can distort your like kind of the positive actions. You know, in the like kind of in the Bodhicitta Avatara, 4th chapter, it says, one instantaneous you are angry to the other sentient beings, you destroyed eons your collection of the virtues. Like negative like kind of obscurations and unfavorable circumstances arise, and then it's like the favorite circumstances destroyed. And when you have the without any concept, no conceptualizations, then it cannot destroy it. And then it's like make the seal what you done. That means after you like kind of doing positive things, it doesn't matter small or big, you made the seal by the dedications, then your virtues and what you done positive things is never ever exhaust us. There's the example is this one, is like when you have the drop of the water, you put into the ocean. Then your drop of this water is never ever finished until the ocean is disappeared. Like this, there's three supreme methods. We should to know about that, arousing bodhicitta, without any concept, seal of the practice dedication, and like these three supreme methods. And because this is extraordinary methods for your virtue to make multiply, nor cannot destroy it, and unexhaustible. And therefore, and these three supreme methods are so important. Do you understand that? What am I saying? Okay, if you understand, I'm very happy. If you don't understand, what can I do? Like this. Okay. And then is the next verse goes like this. If it is barley, wheat, or another grain, what you are using for the Mandala offering, as long as you can effort the expanse, always offer fresh grain and do not use the same grain twice. And that's what you are putting piled under your mandala, this grain. And of course, yesterday said, if you use gold or like coral, a pill, and these things, of course, you cannot change again and again. Maybe it's like you collect some number of kilo and then you use again. But maybe if you use some grain, and grain may be barley or wheat or rice, pale, or any of those things you're using for the mandala offerings, and then it's like kind of all the times you can use fresh, as if you possible to do it. And wonderful, maybe you can to say it's the each session, or maybe each mandala is quite difficult, yes. Then it's maybe you each time is to put here in the new. And this is a possible. Sometimes maybe it's possible. For example, here's your new. You put here and you take out here. And this is maybe also more profound. Very, very nice. But maybe if you can to say it's like firstly, each 4 sessions you can to change. At least morning session you used maybe how many kilos? Maybe 5 or 10 kilos you use. And then it's the next session you don't use that grain and you put to change. That means because you are making accumulation merit. And through these actions, 100% never ever to become the useless things. Okay, 100%. This is like ancient times, great masters. They are very, very, very intelligent. They are really very much like kind of the investigator, analyzers, and they analyze these things. Then they continue how many like generations they did, how many generations they succeeded. And therefore, if you change like this, one is maybe ordinary point of view, is waste things, you're using grain like kind of the barley or wheat or rice, these things, a lot of you use, you kind of throw out, and a little bit like putty or something, but it's not normal way this is, okay? And therefore it's like the kind of if you possible to don't use twice, once you used, and you can to change like this possible. And then what can we do this, what you change things? What has already been offered, you can give to the birds. Absolutely. Yesterday, the Japanese lady, they say this, if I put saffron is like maybe can damage to birds. I think most no problems. And you put like kind of in the birds, in the forest, and even you can to give some poor people. If your areas you have, wonderful, that's no problem. And the poor people, they can to eat, they can to use, wonderful. For example, if you give for human beings, if they cooked this with sufferings, more healthy, more kind of the benefit. And therefore you put the sufferings and to make yellow and make perform like inside, smell good, is very much benefit. Therefore you give birds or like kind of the distribute to the beggars, absolutely, to give. And some homeless or like this kind of, or is a pile up in the front of representation of the three jewels. And maybe in some Buddhist countries, of course, there's like kind of the like a tsasa, sometimes stupa and outside. And like this, if you like kind of the pile up in the some front of the representative, the Buddha, or like kind of the three jewels, and then like three jewels, maybe we can to say text in some Buddhist countries, you have like Dharma sculptures on the stone, and sometimes you have the wool of the like sculptures, and some you put there, maybe they can take by eaten by the mouse, birds, any kind of, even if dissolve into the ground, maybe it's like kind of eaten by the insect. And like this, maybe you can to put like this, you never use again to say it is like, but never think of it as your own or used it for yourself. And like this, okay, we can to a little bit early, but maybe we can to stop there. People are sleepy today. Like how many? 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes to stop. Shoncho Sancho Rinpoche, Mashi Pano Shijuchi, Shipa Nyamba Mipa. Koni Kondan Pera Sho. See you later.